Hello everybody, today I'm going to be walking you through a script that will enormously speed up the rigging process of a character. I'll actually go over this step by step, showing you what the script does and how it works. If you're interested in getting the script, you can just send me an email because I haven't really uploaded it anywhere. But you can get it, just send me an email and I'll send it to you. So I'll just start off by generating some locators. This function actually needs indication of how tall the character is, so you can scale the brought in locators appropriately. So once they're in, you'll see they roughly align with the mesh, but you can always go in and fine tune all these positions. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it like this and hide the mesh. But you see, it just brings in locators. That's pretty much all it does. But you need to make sure that the locators scene is in the same directory as the current Maya file. That's the most important thing, because else it won't find it and it won't be able to reference the locators. So once that's done, you can actually start confirming pieces, and this is where it goes really fast, especially when you use these locators, because it will actually look at these names for every body part, and it will create a joint chain out of them and then run some operation on it. But I'll just show you right now. So you can choose which type of operation you want to have. So I'll just go with IK spine for now, and you'll see the locators disappear and they have been changed into a joint chain, which is automatically oriented correctly. If you look at this, you can see the orientations are taken care of, and this is just a typical IK spine. You can start manipulating this. There's also an adjust curve attribute added, which will kind of give you this further, just more control over how you want the pose to look. So next up is the arm. I'll just go with FKIK for this, and I will create twist chains. So then we get this, the FKIK chain. We also get the attribute on the controller, which is pretty nice, and the visibility is also driven by all that, so it's all set up correctly. I'll show you up this twist chain. So you can see this all works fine. There's also what this also does is it will save out. If I go to to this file, quickly browse to it. I think it's here. Saved it. Like the FKIK operation will also write out FKIK like matching script, which is pretty handy. And they will also be dropped in the current Maya file directory. So you can see in the extras folder, they will be in the extras folder. You can see 22 June. So they've been saved just now. And these are just really basic small scripts, but they're really handy when you're animating. Because let's say you want to create a pose in FK, but now you want to, for some reason, switch to IK. But if you do that, it will snap back to the last IK position. But if we now bring in the script we just made, so this will be the left IK to FK. So we can just quickly go in here, assignment scripting, autorigging, extras. We can go L IK to FK, open this up, and now by just running this, it will actually snap our IK to our FK. So now we can just switch this seamlessly, bring this back out, and just start animating from our IK with our IK tools, which is really handy. Okay, so next up is the hand. You don't actually have to do this in order. I'm just following the chronologic thingy. But for the hand, I'm actually going to show you another feature of the script, which is it can actually use a controller that you can give it. Because if you don't, it will just create curves like circles. I'm sorry, just circles like I did here. But for the hand, it gets a little bit messy. So I just created this guy, and I'm going to load it in the controller tab. And actually, I'll give it a color also just to show you how this works. Let's make it red. And now we can go in here and confirm the hand. This will take a little while because it has to like make all these joint chains and also on the other side. But you can see it did a pretty good job using these. So you can use this also for the left side. Right now I have just like a overall curl and an overall spread on it. For some reason it's not really working on the right side yet. I am working on that, but I did also want to upload this because I've been working on the script for quite a while now, and this is just something I'll work on in the future. But right now I don't really have time for that. And the leg, if you don't if you have a curve sample, it will always use it. So for the leg, I'll just quickly make this blue maybe. There we go. IK. Alright, so the leg is also really interesting because it will create all these foot controls, like all these foot attributes, which are really nice. And it does that based on the locators we have down here. I'll quickly go back. So you can see these are put at the borders of the foot, so it will know like where to rotate from. This actually has to be pushed back a little bit. Alright, so if we confirm the foot now, we can see these locate. Actually, they're all being replaced and being remade again because they have to be in a specific order in the hierarchy. So this is what makes all of the foot rolling and the twisting and stuff happening. All of these small things, but they're all in there automatically, which makes it really fast. So that's the leg. Right now all we have left to do is a face, so let's quickly do that. The face is pretty basic. It just creates some neck, like an FK neck chain, I guess. There we go, and it also creates this eye box thingy, which you can manipulate as much as you want. It's also connected through a parent constraint, so you can also just turn this off. So it wouldn't, like right now it always will follow the head. You can turn it off if you want to. And that's pretty much it for the rig. I'll quickly just zero out these guys, and then we can start parenting everything together, which doesn't really take too long. But I can't really parent them already in the script because let's say you do the leg first and then you do the hip. There's no real way to parent the leg to the hip. But if you press finish, it will create a group for all the node transform stuff, so that's already taken care of. You don't have to think about that anymore. And it will also create these guys, which is the placement control and the root control. So we can actually start parenting everything under there. So let's quickly take all these things, just put them under there. And then I will take the COG, and this will take the arms on the upper body, and the neck also on the upper body, and it will take the legs on the lower body. I just gotta do the hands still, which is the L, and we'll go there, and the R hand will go there. It's really logical stuff, but there's no real way to incorporate it into the script. But right now we have the whole rig set up. There we go. So we can actually do all this full scalable. So I'll work. Oh. Also, like all orientations are perfectly fine. There we go. It's a stretchy spine we got there, and that's pretty much it for the auto rigger. You can always like go in and create change yourself, of course, and this is what you'll mainly do, and that's why I added these small buttons on the bottom, which are basically isolated functions of the bigger confirm buttons. So part of these are just the locator to joint chain function. So let's say you want to have this chain, you can just selection to join chain, and this will be automatically oriented. So if you create this in the if you create this like a leg or something, it will also just be oriented correctly. So we can there we go, there, bum, 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 like that. And then you can also mirror it like this, which didn't know. Oh yeah, if you want to mirror it, you have to have the L underscore prefix, because it will actually already like replace it with the R prefix. So this is actually nice, unless you forgot to do it. 04 and 05. There we go. So if we do this now, it will pop to the other side, and you'll see the orientation is also taken care of. There we go. And now you can start running these operations on them. So let's say you want to have the leg the same like we had it, and with the confirm leg, we can just select the first 3 ones and create an IK chain out of that. And then we can create select these 2 and these 3 and do foot. Oh, which didn't work because we don't have the locators in place. We would have to generate these again. There we go. And we would have to flip the foot locators, and then we can finish this off. Delete these 2. Yeah, this is just a bit of annoying stuff because I didn't really think about this before creating this video. So we can just quickly, this can be a little bit rough, just indicate that they are there. And now we can actually go in here and confirm the foot to the foot thing, and this will work. Alright, and now we can see we have all these attributes we can use, and it will rotate them all around the given locators. I guess that's about it. Alright, you can move this out. Alright, everything works fine. And then yeah, every operation is also isolated. So if you saw here, it was like asking you what you wanted to use. They're all in here too. So basically, these functions are a combination of the selection to join chain, then a mirror chain, and then it just runs whatever operation you selected on that. So that's pretty handy. But if we get rid of everything, go back to the mesh. There's one last thing I want to show you. Is how I solved the face. It's pretty it's not the best way of doing a face rig, but if you want to create something fast and dirty, it's fine. And basically what I do is I just create a cluster from a soft selection. So you can create a soft selection of vertices and then click the button. You can name this whatever you want, with brow for instance, and it will create a controller, move it out a little bit, and it will connect it to the cluster basically. And it will also look at the world space for this, which is pretty handy. So let's say you also have one on the left. You also call this mid brow, which will work because it also adds the prefix based on the world space. But if you do this mid brow again, we'll see it also works. And now actually what it also does is it flips the x-axis, and it's not really symmetrical right now because I didn't select the same vertices. I think, I don't know, but if you were to select the same vertices, it will be perfectly symmetrical, and like this inverted x-axis thingy is really handy when animating. But again, it's not really the best way to go, because clusters also get really heavy if you want to combine it with blend shapes. But this is just a really quick and dirty way of creating some really fast expressions. And I guess that's about it. The controller tab, yeah, you can color the controllers really fast. So you can make them green. And this one you can make them gray or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty fast. And then also auto create group, which is also pretty neat. If you, let's say, like have a joint somewhere there and you want to have a controller, you can just mesh transform it there, and now you'll see the controller has a non-zero stuff there. You can just quickly create a group for it, and it will actually take the name the curve has at the time, and it will just add the control suffix and the group suffix for the group. So this way you end up with the perfectly fine attribute values, and you can do the same thing and already flip it to the other side on the x-axis. This is really handy for the face if you want to use blend shapes or something, so you can like make any. I don't really know why I'm doing this, but let's call this test also, and then you can flip it, and you can see L test, R test, and they are inverted in the x-axis, which makes life again a lot faster as a rigger, because like small stuff like this can take up a lot of time. Like if you want to, for instance, rig a tail or something, so you have like a bunch of these in a row, it can take a while. But if you just do this, selection to join chain, and now you just run the FK operation on it. Don't want twist. You are already done. So the hierarchy looks very clean, and everything is just set up the way you would expect it to be. And also stretching is incorporated for all of the FK controllers. So yeah. Okay, but that's I guess that's about it. So again, if you wanna use this script, if you wanna like play with it a little bit, just send me an email and I'll send you the script. All right. Thank you very much for watching this video.